Welcome to DC 5 Gives Hope. Take it by now you've read Variety magazine. If you haven't, it's on my page, DC 5 Gives Hope. If you haven't read it there, I'll put the article down below in the description, so again, if you want to read it first before listening to me, pause it right now and I'll wait until you've read it. So there's pause. Right, so we knew it was coming, right? There had to be a shake-up. Now, most of us, well, some of us really, that loved the Zack Snyder films, or what he managed to get out there without the DC, without the studios sort of involvement and cutting his films and stuff like that. We've enjoyed the universe that he's made and it's helped build, and we enjoyed the seriousness of it. But again, there were a majority of people out there that maybe didn't, and it wasn't somehow pulling in the numbers, and maybe if they had left Batman v Superman alone and Zack Snyder's cut would have came out, it would be a totally different story and he would be allowed to tell his story the way he wanted. But we'll never know that thing. But again, it's often said, I'm a DC fan first, and I want the best. I want the best for the fans. I want for the world basically to really appreciate what DC can give. And if that means making films that maybe I'm not all that hot on, but it gets good release, it gets good stars and everything else, and it gets a lot of money, then I'm for that. I am. So as we read the article, it states, now this is the weirdest thing that's coming on, and I'm not all clued up about the dealings of Warner Brothers and how it runs as a company. So when it states something like DC Films is no longer going to be this other sort of thing, and it's going to be under the Warner Brothers arm, so to speak. So it's going to be like in-house instead of a separate. And I'm thinking, when did it actually ever feel like it was a separate entity? Unless, I don't know, the DC Films was an CEO that involved himself. Maybe Time Warner is something different from actual Warner Brothers. I don't know. But for me personally, I feel that the DC Films never really had that sort of individual freedom that some Marvel fans, but mind you, some Marvel fans will debate that because Kevin Feige sort of controls just about a lot. But does Disney interfere with Kevin Feige? I don't think so. And that was the sort of thing that we were hoping for DC Films. But I think maybe the structure was wrong. Reading the article, it hints that maybe Jeff Johns didn't have a sort of, the power that we believed he was having. Now it states in the article, that Jeff Johns is still on there. It mentions something like he'll be advisory and stuff like that, but the way it read, it felt like he did have that bit more power. So we saw it coming. I mean, as I said, I loved the Justice League, and I was saddened because of all the people that got involved and tossed it and turned it into a different film that it was set out entirely to be. people are now signing petitions, wanting the Zack Snyder cut, and so we could see at least where he was going with the trilogy. So now there's, and the article also states about Ben Affleck and the Matt Reeves thing that's been going on for donkeys, and it's gotten to the stage where I don't care anymore. It's hard for me to imagine anybody else stepping in now as Batman in that DCEU. I don't know what, nobody knows what Matt Reeves' plan is for his trilogy Batman movie, and why he would go down the route and change the actor, unless it was a younger Batman. And if it was a younger Batman, then Ben Affleck should then appear out, and then come back as, so that stuff about, is it Ham or something? Ham, guy that was in the TV show, what was a TV series with salesmen and stuff like that. I never did watch it. John Hamm, I think his name is. But again, he's sort of old, sort of looking, so it's not the sort of young Batman that if it was meant to be along those lines. Because then he's basically had a lot of plastic surgery if he's going from John Hamm to Ben Affleck. And sorry if I've got his name wrong, if it's not John Hamm, but you get what I mean. So it's Mad Men, that was it, that was the TV series Mad Men. Anyway, so we've got the DCU and we've got all these actors and Henry Cavill and Jason Momoa, and they've all got their parts, Jason Momoa's got his film coming out, and no matter what way you look at Justice League, for me it showed that these actors and actresses can work in, because they're actors and actresses of course, but because they work in both styles of film, they made their character work in a dark world, and they've made them work in a light world. So you don't actually need to bring new actors on board in order to change the vision. You can still have the same actors and actresses in these sort of different style, whether it be comedy, slapstick, seriousness, dark, horror, whatever. These actors and actresses make it work. So I don't see an urgency to change them. As Ben Affleck's one about, for me, I mean, it would be so easy for him to come back and do a Justice League movie. If they come round back to doing another one, and maybe pop up every now and again as cameos in other films. Now we've got that Flashpoint talk, and everybody's saying, "Oh, we're going to have, is that when we're going to have this change of actors and actresses and stuff in different roles? Because Flash's going to go back and change things." And it's been highlighted though that that's sort of like a Flash standalone movie, and it's not really. Although it's came out and said that Wonder Woman may appear in it, and it's came out that Batman may appear in it. It's also hinted that Ben Affleck's going to be the Batman in that. It's just a worrying, unsettling time for people, and for most of it is the unknown. Now there's said to be news coming out next year, sometime in January, and I hope when they do deliver this big spiel that we got at the start of the year, where we had Kevin Smith and Jeff Johns talking about the future DC films, that's what we need, but we also need them to stick to it. No matter how good or how bad the film turns out, they've got to have some sort of plan ahead. And going back to Ben Affleck, as I said, what would have caused him to go away? I mean, first of all, he would want to stay because of his kids. But with all this media stuff constantly hounding him and everything else, my impression was he never really felt comfortable directing the Batman film. He would be okay being Batman, but directing it is something else. And this director has a different vision of what he wants. And I thought, well, Warner Brothers, if you want to take that risk of churning out a film with some other actor so soon playing Batman in a DCEU universe that you're trying to start up, you are taking risks. But for what we've got to do is, now we've been through the rough. For us lucky people that enjoy Justice League, we've won a watch. We've got some sort of film, and as it says in the last paragraph, and that's exactly what the film did. It made you interested in other characters like Cyborg and Flash and Aquaman. And I'm hoping still that they do make a Cyborg movie, or they do flush out other characters. I was just watching an episode of Flash and they introduced Elongated Man. With the stretching and stuff like that, and I thought, there are so many wonderful characters out there for the DCU, and right now that they've only just touched down. So if you've got any sort of thoughts, ideas of where it's going, for me, for once, we knew it was going to happen, the big shake-up at DCU. But what the change is going to mean, these new people in these new positions, what sort of take are they going to do? Are they just going to go down? What sort of director will they make? Will they hire? There's all this talk about how they wanted Zack Snyder out because he panicked after the BVS that came out. They panicked, and that's because they never released the Ultimate Cut. So who else are they going to step in and sort of helm this? Again, I still see Zack Snyder being involved in some way, and it does say in the article there is a chance, and you'll see some clickbait sites out saying Zack Snyder's not going to. I says no, I think he's not going to. I think there's still a possibility that he will come back and make another film. After all, he's done Wonder Woman, and maybe he could make a good Man of Steel one versus Brainiac. But let me know in your thoughts and your comments and down below, or send a message to the Man of Steel page, and if it's good, if it's positive enough, we will post it on. Thanks for watching, and here's to the next movie. Thank you, Man of Steel. I was going to say Man of Steel fan gives hope. DC fan gives hope. Thank you.